But one of the prayer, he says this, Nija karma guna doshe je janma. He says, because of nija karma doshe, because of the fault of my own karma, sometimes we do some activities for which we have to suffer.
कर सकते हैं बट यहाँ से जूम कर लेंगे ना वो यू वांट
Like, remember, many years ago when I used to live in Vrindavan, there we had a prison ministry. So few devotees were dedicated for preaching to prisoners. We used to get a lot of communication, letters from prisoners, revealing their sorrow. And most of the times one thing would be common in their letters. That they lost their temper, they lost their control on their anger, and they did something which they realized they shouldn't have done, but because of that they are in jail, they are in prison. So many times we do something which we really don't mean to do, but we end up in doing because of anger or whatever. And for that we have to actually suffer. Sometimes the repercussions are lifelong. But anyway, whatever happens, happens. So Bhaktivinoda says in this song, Nija karma guna doshe. Because of the fault of my karma, I may be born anywhere. Sometimes I may be born in a good family, sometimes I may be born in a poverty-stricken family, sometimes I may be born in a family where there is no facilities. So wherever I may be born, Nita karma guna doshi, jete janma karma. Whatever birth I may take in this world. But janme janme prabhu tava nama gunagara. My only desire is, wherever I am born, because of my karma, I am not asking my Lord that He should forgive my karma. No. Let me take birth wherever I may take birth. But I should have facility to sing your glory, to chant your holy name. Actually, this is exactly the mood of Brajvasis. All the devotees of Vrindavan, this is their mood. This is exact prayer Uddhava, Nanda Maharaj is telling Uddhava. When Uddhava visited Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj told the same thing to Uddhava. My dear Uddhava, because of our karma, we may be born anywhere. Our only desire is that birth after birth, our devotion and love may flow towards Krishna. It may increase. So, Vrindavan actually is not just a tract of land, a place where you can buy a ticket and go to. You can fly from here to Delhi, from Delhi you can drive to Vrindavan. But that place is not Vrindavan. Of course, there is a place in India called Vrindavan where you can go by train. But actually speaking, Vrindavan is consciousness. What consciousness a person carries, that is called Vrindavan. So you may be living here, in the Veda. But if you are carrying that consciousness, what Brajvasis carry, then you are actually in Vrindavan. So living in Vrindavan is not just a matter of living in a place called Vrindavan. It's just a matter of consciousness. What is our consciousness? So Brajvasi's consciousness is, whatever condition Krishna wants to keep me in, I'm okay. But I should have Krishna. I should have Krishna with me. I should have Krishna's devotees with me. So this is the Vrindavan consciousness. Now, what is the advantage of having Krishna in our life? There are so many people in this world who don't have Krishna in their lives. So, Krishna is called Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. He is the source of all the rasas. Rasa means, then we say, rasa means some drink, right? Some mellow that we drink. If you really like it, that's called rasa. But actually, rasa means something that makes your life very flavorful. So, somebody may have a lot of money in this world. Somebody may have a lot of wealth, a lot of properties, nice cars, nice homes, nice clothing, nice food to eat. But still, if a person has no near and dear one, not a single relative, that person will live more or less a miserable life. Right? If you have a lot of wealth but you don't have any, loving relationship in this world, that's actually a very miserable state of life. Sometimes people in this world don't realize this, and they fight with the relatives, near and dear ones, over money. I know quite a few people like that, who actually fight with their family members and relatives for sake of money. I remember one family from Minneapolis. This lady, she has 4 sisters and 1 brother. Total 5 sisters and 1 brother, 6 siblings in total. And their father left lot of wealth for them, lot of money. All of them, they think a very comfortable life, they just share among themselves. But somehow the brother decided that I need to keep all the money. And he ended up in quarrel with sisters. So this Mother was sharing with me that he is paying so much money to the local politicians and police and law enforcement as a bribe. So much money he has to pay just so that he can keep money with himself. Because sisters have filed lawsuit against him. So he is willing to pay money to lawyers and politicians, but he will not give money to sisters. Just imagine. People don't realize this. They get so much carried away with some emotion of possessing things in this world. They don't realize that I'm sharing anyway. So I might as well share with my sisters, my siblings, right? So, what is the net result of such a behavior? You have spoiled relationship. That means you will never be able to have loving relationship with your family, right? Sisters. You never have good relationship with sisters. That is just one perceptible result that we see. But on karmic level, that actually creates heavy karma. That person will be deprived of any siblings in the next life. Or even if you have siblings, there will be no happiness from the siblings. I mean, none of his brothers and sisters will care for him. They will not have a loving relationship with him. That is the karmic reaction. Because what you are trying to tell the nature is, I really don't value this relationship. This relationship is not meaningful for me. For me, meaningful is more wealth. I want money in wealth. I don't care for relationship. So nature makes arrangement. You may get a lot of money in the next life, but you have no relationship. You know what? Just having money doesn't bring any joy. It's just relationships which actually bring happiness. If you try to analyze, the true happiness is only found in exchange, some relationships. Even if you are watching some movies, you are watching some imaginary relationships on the screen to invoke those emotions. Just imagine If they're showing only cars and some buildings in some movie, would you like it? They show excellent cars. No person is shown in the person. Only excellent cars, self-driven cars. Or some excellent buildings. Not a single person in those buildings. Can you make any movie like that? Can you imagine any movie like that? Or any TV show like that? No. Because any, uh, entertainment means some exchange. Exchange between people. That is the source of rasa. That is the source of happiness. And people fail to realize this. Rasa is found in exchange with people, not with the things of this world. Okay? So, Krishna is called Akhila Rasamrita Sandhu. That means you have any exchange with him, the net result is going to be only tremendous joy, tremendous happiness. So anyone who comes in contact with Krishna in any way simply gets rasa, simply gets joy. Now, in this world, you have to actually go and meet the person in order to have some exchange with a person. But Krishna, you can simply hear about him, sit in one place and hear about him, or even chant his holy name. That is considered as good as associating with Krishna himself. It's not as good as, it is actually associating with Krishna. And it produces similar result of rasa, or happiness. Therefore we find there are people in this world who simply chant the names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, and they experience tremendous happiness in their life. So it is Krishna being the source of all the rasa, being Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu, is actually the Lord of all the rasas. And anyone seeking any joy or happiness in life must seek some connection, some relationship with Krishna. And that relationship is very prominent in Vrajabhumi, in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, everyone is naturally inclined in loving relationship with Krishna. Everyone. So that is Vrajabhumi, that is the consciousness of Vrindavan. Even if somebody comes with vicious intentions to Vrindavan, to harm Krishna, even that person gets benefited. Even if somebody comes with some intentions not favorably disposed towards Krishna, even that person gets benefited. There are actually a nice anecdote about this. There was one thief, professional thief. He heard he was being chased by the cops. So somehow that he went into some satsang where some talks about Krishna was going on. Some saintly person was speaking about Krishna, so he went and sat down in the crowd so that he can escape from the cops. He was sitting there, waiting for cops to go away because cops were searching him all over. So he was sitting, and while sitting, the pravachan, the katha is going on, so he heard the speaker was speaking about Krishna being decorated by Mother Yashoda. So he heard that Mother Yashoda, she decorates Krishna with so many beautiful necklace, jewelry in the ear, in the armlets, so bracelets and armlets, and Krishna is wearing so much precious jewels all over his body. So thief was hearing this. So because the narrator was speaking with so much love and affection, you are narrating Krishna's form, this thief started visualizing that there is some dark complexioned boy whose mother decorates him with so much jewelry. Actually, everybody has their own mindset. Right? If you have a beautiful temple constructed, suppose you construct a temple, so if an architect comes in, he will look at, wow, beautiful architect of this building, right? If somebody who is a devotee goes there, he will look at the deity. He will not care about the architect. Look at the deity. Oh my God, the Lord looks so beautiful. If a thief goes, he will think, okay, what is loose which I can dismantle and take with me, right? So everybody who goes to certain place, they will, whatever mindset they have, they will try to look at the things accordingly. So because he's a thief, he is hearing Krishna being decorated by Mother Yashoda, so he's thinking, okay, where can I find this boy so that I can steal from him? So he started contemplating, I want to find this boy. So when Katha was over, police was gone, but he went to this Katha and says, sir, you were talking about this black boy, dark complexion boy, Krishna. His mother decorates him very nicely. Where can I find him? So Kathakar thought, maybe this person seriously wants to find Krishna. Sometimes, we don't realize people may, have some different intentions, but it appears something different. One time, Tukaram Maharaj, one of Maharashtrian saints, he was doing Katha. So one person was sitting in Katha, and when he's speaking the Katha, he's speaking from Bhagavatam, the person was crying profusely. So, Tukaram Maharaj thought that maybe this person has so much devotion for Krishna. But the real thing was something different. So actually Tukaram Maharaj wrote a bhanga also on that. It says, Pahoni Puranika Chidari, Rade Spure Naka Uri. Prema Khara Disedana, Bhina Anutari Bhavana. So, this person, he was crying. So, the Kathaka asked him, sir, what happened? What makes you cry? Do you feel love for Krishna? What exactly is happening? He said, sir, when I see your beard, I remember my goat who died a year ago. Ahoni Puranika ki Gadi, Puranika's Gadi, he's seeing beard and he's remembering his goat and therefore he's crying remembering his goat. And people think, oh, this person has so much love for Krishna. So anyway, this thief, he had different intentions, so he's asking this Kathakar, where can I find this boy, black boy Krishna? So the Kathakar said, you can find him in Vrindavan. So he decides to go to Vrindavan. Only with one intention, I want to find Krishna so that I can take away jewels from him, jewelry from his body. So he goes with so much desperation to Vrindavan, looking for Krishna, asking everyone, where can I find Krishna? People thought maybe he's some Baba, some saintly person, because if somebody is in Vrindavan asking you, where can I find Krishna? You naturally think, oh, he's some saintly person, right? He is looking for Krishna. Yeah. Because saintly persons who have actually attained the vision or who have realized the goal of life is to actually find Krishna, they sometimes behave very weird. It looks like they're a little crazy. Saintly persons, sometimes they behave as if to ordinary people they will look like crazy. It's a reality. So, he was asking everyone, where can I find Krishna? So because he was so desperately looking for Krishna, Krishna became naturally attracted to this person. Now he's a thief. He was not a devotee, he was not chanting the names of Krishna, he was not living any life of a saintly person. So Krishna got attracted to him. Because he was so desperately looking for Krishna. That's the only qualification. If one is desperate for something in this world, Krishna seated in our heart as Paramatma, he guides us how to attain that. Anything you desire in this world, even if you can't fulfill in this life, Krishna will make you fulfill your desires in the next life. He will guide you. Upadrishta Anumanta Artha Bhauta Maheshwar. Krishna is seated in our heart as Paramatma, and his only business as Paramatma is to make note of our desires and help us to fulfill our desires. So whatever desires we make in this life, Krishna makes a note of it. Okay, this person, this particular living being, he wants to enjoy in this particular way. So he will guide you. Do this, and your desire will be fulfilled. Because in order to fulfill desires, you have to have karma. So Krishna guides, he gives intelligence and guides a person to engage in certain kind of karma to fulfill their desires. So because this person was desperately looking for Krishna, whatever intention may be, but he was looking for Krishna, so Krishna actually appeared in front of him. And Krishna appeared with all the beautiful jewels on his body. So this thief, he started telling, come here, Krishna, come here. He says, yes, Krishna went near him and says, and just by seeing Krishna, his dormant love, because love for Krishna is not something that's to be cultivated. It is there within all of us. We have just forgotten it. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabuna Shramana Adi Shuddha Chitte Korayuda. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Love for Krishna is never to be cultivated. Not that you cultivate the land and plant some seed and something grows. Not like that. Krishna's love is dormant in every living entity's heart. Everyone's heart. It's only we have forgotten it. So how we can revive it? We can simply revive it by Shravana Adi Shuddha Chitte. When we start hearing about Krishna, our heart naturally becomes purified, and then that love for Krishna which is actually in dormant state, surfaces up. So therefore Srila Prabhupada would say often, this Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition on our mind. It is a natural energy of the soul. The soul by nature loves Krishna. So this person, although he had come with the intention of stealing Krishna's jewel, but by seeing Krishna, his dormant love was naturally surfaced. But he's still a thief, so he's telling Krishna, Krishna, please give me your jewels. Krishna said, no. Mother Yashoda will be very angry with me. He said, no, please, you can give me. He said, no, I cannot give you. My mother will be very angry. So just by having this conversation with Krishna, his heart is melting more and more. And although, because Krishna just knows what is most appropriate to purify us. So Krishna was just having conversation with him and trying to resist. And thief was saying, please give me the jewels. So finally Krishna said, all right, take all my jewels. So Krishna stood in front of him. So he went to take the jewels, but simply seeing Krishna, his heart completely transformed. He had already lost all the desire for worldly gains. So he simply fell at the feet of Krishna, and completely purified. Just with the desperate desire to see Krishna, he was purified. He didn't do any tapasya, he didn't chant, like we chant 16 rounds every day. He didn't do any of that. And he was still purified. Just because he developed a desperate desire to see Krishna. But because Krishna is Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu, he is the source of all the rasas. You know, one actually becomes completely happy and satisfied by coming in contact with Krishna in any way. So Vrindavan consciousness is that we simply learn to, we simply learn to love Krishna. Why we chant the holy name of Krishna is only for the purpose of learning to love Krishna. Why we hear Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita's message? We want to learn to love Krishna. So that is actually Vrindavan consciousness. Like Krishna, in whatever condition you keep me, I simply want to have opportunity to hear and chant your glories. I want to love you. So if a person develops this kind of consciousness, that person is living in Vrindavan, no matter where that person may be living. So this whole movement Srila Prabhupada initiated with only this one intention, to teach people how to love Krishna. So no matter what's going on in my life, my whole life is topsy-turvy, nothing is working out, but still, I want to hear about Krishna. I want to chant Krishna's glories. This should be our determination. Because it's not that things can go wrong in this world. Things will go wrong in this world. Remember, not that things can go, things definitely will go wrong, no matter who you are. Even if you are the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of India, whoever you are, things will still go wrong. They will go wrong, not that they can go wrong. But if we simply learn this or develop this desire, intense desire for Krishna, I want to have facility to chant your glories. I want to have facility to constantly hear your glories. Then we are living in Vrindavan. So this is Vrindavan consciousness. You don't need to specifically go and live in a place called Vrindavan. If you imbibe this consciousness, you are living in Vrindavan. And you know what? This consciousness actually makes your life filled with so much unparalleled joy. And if you don't have this consciousness, no matter what you possess in this world, your life will remain always devoid of the real joy. So this is some substance. In fact, today we are having this housewarming ceremony here. Okay. With Siddharth Prabhu and Champa Gopi Mataji. They opened kindly their home to all of us. The purpose of home also is just not the four walls and the roof and the flooring. The purpose of living in a home also is to utilize this facility in a way that I can imbibe this consciousness. I can imbibe this consciousness that I want to hear and chant Krishna's glories. I want to learn to love Krishna. And not only home, but in fact, everything we possess in life, the real fulfillment of possessing anything, whether home, whether family relationships, or any assets that we have, having husband, or having a good wife, or children, the purpose of everything that we possess, in terms of relationship to body, eye and mind, everything that we possess, the only purpose is to learn how to love Krishna. So I think we'll stop here. If anyone has any questions, feel free. Or anyone wants to.
Mic.
think about it also. Yes. Um, the thief got the desire just by chance. Like, how do we get that kind of desire? It's like if you don't know something, you might get a desire for it out of ignorance. But once you know, how do you develop that kind of desire?
Okay. Actually, it is universal principle. That's how we develop desires in this world also. Like, you hear about Eiffel Tower. If you think, I want to go and see that place. You heard about, say, Niagara Falls, and you never been to Niagara Falls. Oh, Niagara Falls in US? And I've never been. I want to sometime make a trip there. Right? So you hear about places, you develop desire to go there. Right? And if you see any vacations we take, right? That's how we generally take, right? We hear about some place and we develop desire to go there. Okay? Same principle is actually in spiritual life. But the only thing is, because once we hear about subject matter of Krishna or Vrindavan, we hear once, we say, I already know this. Then we don't want to hear it again. Right? There is a chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, describing the monsoon season, monsoon and autumn season in Vrindavan. The entire chapter describing only the monsoon and autumn season in Vrindavan. Okay. Now you know autumn season, right, or monsoon season. We have seen so many monsoons, right? Right now the monsoon is going on here in California. Okay. So you know what happens monsoon? Rain comes. The mountains get covered with lush green things. But if you read the monsoon and autumn season in Vrindavan, you actually become contemplative of small details of the rainy season. Like Sridhar Goswami says, for example, he says, when the monsoon arrived in Vrindavan, before monsoon, especially in India, right? Before monsoon, tremendous heat, right? Lot of heat in the month of May. So when the monsoon, very first rain comes, it is so relieving people. So it goes into, start from there and goes into small details of rainy season in Vrindavan. Like he says, for example, he says, in the rainy season, the sky gets covered with clouds, dark clouds. So sunlight, so the sunlight is not visible, And another thing you can see is the whole area gets surrounded or covered by greenery, right? Some green grass or moss, something it starts growing. If it's an old and abandoned building, green moss will start growing on the building. If it is a ground, grass starts growing, right? The trees and plants start growing from anywhere. Even in the monsoon season, you'll see so many things start growing everywhere, right? And rivers or the streams which were dried up, they become filled with water. Another phenomena that you see in the monsoon season is in the night time, especially the frog starts, really croaking, making loud sound. Other seasons you may not hear so much, but in rainy season you start hearing frogs making tremendous sound. And this phenomena you see in the monsoon season is, for example, the moth, not moth, the jugunu, right? What do you call it? Firefly. Firefly. That you see in abundance. So Shukdev Goswami goes into all these small details of rainy season. So when you keep reading and hearing that, you develop attraction for Vrindavan. You develop attraction for Krishna. Like, we've heard the pastime of Krishna killing Putana. Or we have heard the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, say for example from Bhagavad. We have heard the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj, right? Lord Chaitanya would hear the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj 100 times at one stretch. So Gadadhar would start speaking, and Lord Chandra said, speak it again. Now just imagine, whatever we discuss now, passing our feet. If I go on speaking for 100 times, I'm sure nobody will be here. Right? So Lord Chaitanya would hear 100 times same pastimes. And he would still be never satiated. So repetitively hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord as narrated in the scriptures, as described in the scriptures, is the way which actually enhances our attraction for Krishna. And the way Shukadeva Goswami describes, especially, that chapter is one of my favorite chapters, in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Shukadeva Goswami describing the monsoon season and autumn season. Now just go home and read that chapter. You will actually start loving the details Shukadeva Goswami goes about the rainy and autumn season. Like, he says, rainy season is over, then autumn season starts coming. And one thing happens in autumn season is the sun becomes very, very hot. Though it's little cooling, Hemant Ritu, right? The atmosphere becomes cooled down. But the scorching heat of the sun is much, much more unbearable. People get even sunburns in the autumn season. So he says, because of the heat of the sun, again the water in the pond starts reducing. And the fishes, they don't realize that water is reducing. And he gives different analogies for each and everything. That people in this world don't realize that their lifespan is being taken away. With every passing of the days, their lifespan will be taken away. Just like the fish does not realize with every day sun's heat is evaporating the water, and their life is dwindling. In this way, Shukadeva Goswami goes into details of monsoon and autumn season, and he gives wonderful lessons from it. So when you start reading that and hearing that, especially from the devotees who have realized or developed that attraction for the Lord, you will naturally fall, you will start feeling that attraction in your heart. So, just like we develop attraction for anything in this world by hearing, similarly, we develop attraction for Krishna and Rajabhumi, his abode, Vrindavan Dham, simply by hearing it, hearing repetitively.
Does the intense desire also come eventually? Yes, we do realize in our life that desire is increasing, but does it ever become intense? Like,
it does become intense. It does become intense when, I was discussing, when you were telling me, reminded me some example. Like, when it will happen, we don't know. Like, when you start churning the butter, right? So do you know when the butter will come out? Is there a guarantee somebody can give? You churn for 20 minutes and you will see the butter? No. It may happen 20 minutes, it may happen 21 minutes, it may happen 23 minutes. You don't know. So similarly, when the attachment to Krishna will come, intense desire for Krishna will come in our hearts. That entirely depends on Krishna's mercy. So when Krishna will shower his mercy, we don't know, because he is Swara. He is not bound by any laws. So when he will shower his mercy, that's entirely up to him. But we can continue to seek his mercy like a chataka bird. So devotee is supposed to be like chataka bird. Chataka bird keeps looking toward the cloud that sometime water will come. Entire summer season, the bird does not drink a drop of water from anywhere in the ground. Keeps looking towards the sky. Maybe someday clouds will come. And sometimes clouds come. Instead of rain, they thunder. They send a thunderbolt. But Chatak bird will still never give up hope getting water from the rain clouds. Such a wonderful species, can you imagine? Will never ever give up hope to receive water from the clouds. Similarly, a devotee is like a chakra bird, never gives up hope. Someday Krishna will show me mercy. Deliver me from this material consciousness and give me intense love for him.
One question.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for like giving a different perspective on like what is Vrindavan, where is Vrindavan, and so I had a question there. Like, is there any significance to physical presence in a particular dham?
Sorry?
Is there a significance of being in a particular dham for physically?
Yes, there is definitely significance of visiting dham, but especially when we visit the dham in the association of devotees, and especially a devotee who can reveal the glories of dham to us, then it is definitely makes impact on our life, significant impact on our life. But if we visit, like I remember in childhood I used to visit Vrindavan many times with our family. Never ever I thought that Krishna had any role in my life. No? But when first time I visited with devotees, and especially with our Guru Maharaj, with Radha Swami Maharaj, it was a different experience. Then you begin to understand the glories of Vrindavan. Because Vrindavan is always covered by a thin layer of coating by Maya. Okay. So when you go, you see that thin layer of that Maya is keeping it covered with. Okay. Now just imagine if this carpet is there, you can see the design on the carpet. If I put a very thin chadar on top of it, any color, I just put thin chadar on it. Can you see the design? No. You cannot see the real nature of this carpet. But a pure devotee or the person who actually has appreciation for Vrindavan, he can lift that veil and show you this is how Vrindavan looks like. And then you can actually start appreciating Vrindavan. Okay. But otherwise, if we go on our own without any, guidance, then all we see is, the skyscraper buildings. We see, I remember when I went to Vrindavan childhood, my father used to say, I used to go with my father, and he would say, don't talk to any pandas here. They will only ask money from you. And that's what I used to see. Actually, you would see that people say, oh, come. Yeah, Matha Teko, give some dakshina. If you go to Jagannath Puri, also same thing, right? So my father used to say, no, they're only asking for money. Don't worry about it. Don't go. Don't even talk to them. That's what I learned. Okay. But then, when you go with some Mahabhagyas, go with some pure devotees, then they can actually show you, yes, there are people like that, but there is a real aspect of Vrindavan, the real glory of Vrindavan, which cannot be seen until unless we have the mercy. And somebody who can actually lift that veil of Maya and show us the real nature of Vrindavan. So there is significance of going to Vrindavan only in the association of Vaishnavas. In fact, Lord Chaitanya told his associates, even Jagadanand Pandit and other associates, if you are going to Vrindavan on your own, you shouldn't stay there for more than 3 days. If you are going alone or on your own, you shouldn't stay in Vrindavan for more than 3 days. When Jagadanand was going to Vrindavan, Lord Chaitanya told him, you stay strictly in the association of Sanatana Goswami. Don't go and associate with even Brajavasis. Lord Chaitanya forbid Jagadanand. Because they are on different level of devotion. We are in Gaudiya Vaishnava, we follow the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. So even when we go to Vrindavan, don't associate with even real Brajavasis. That's the instruction of Lord Chaitanya. He said they are on different level of devotion. Don't associate with them. You stay with Gaudiya Vaishnava. You stay with only Sanatana Goswami. So we may sometime hear from local Brajvasis about Katha, but we should live in the association of some Bhagavatas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Hope that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Really. Let me stop here. Thank you very much. The Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Shankaran Prabhu ki
Jai.
Thank you so much for blessing our home and so much for the wonderful class.
Oh, thank you very much for opening your home to all of us. Mati, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for blessing us. Giving association to all of us. Thank you very much. Sister Shankaran Prabhu.
Jai.
We can have the Shankaran prayer and the